Today we are in the IP Tech lab in Phoenix, Arizona. We have married a universal robot UR500 with an MIR industrial robot platform to demonstrate the feasibility of using the combined robot to carry out the work currently done by human operators. The room is divided into 4 stations. The first is the empty bucket pallet where the new buckets ready to load are stored. The next is the scale station at the back of the room where the bucket sits on a scale as it is being filled. To the left is the label apply turntable station, and here in the foreground is the outbound shipping pallet. The process starts by picking up an empty bucket from the pallet of buckets. We decided to try this without using vision on the UR arm. In order to find the table edges for precise pickup and placement, we're using a sensor in the head that can detect the table edge. We included this routine at each pickup and each place. And yes, it takes too much time, so we ordered the vision-equipped gripper, which will eliminate this seek process. However, this works well for our demo, and understand that with optimization and vision on the robot, we can pick up the speed significantly. Once the bucket is picked up, it is then moved to the scale station. Here at the scale station, the robot will place the bucket on a scale underneath a loading discharge tube. Once the bucket is in place, the machine knows the bucket is there and product begins to be delivered to the bucket. Once the robot has placed a bucket on the scale, it leaves this station to load other stations. When the scale senses that the bucket is full, the pellets being delivered to the scale are shifted to a second scale station, and the robot is called to pick up the now full bucket. The bucket is reacquired and then moved to the label enclosure turntable station. At this station, the robot will place the bucket precisely in the center of the turntable. The turntable will turn the bucket while being watched by a camera. When the camera has identified how the bucket is oriented, then a label apply machine will print a label with lot barcodes and apply it to the bucket. At this station, the plastic liner bags are lifted and the bucket rotates to twist them. These are then closed using a plastic wire tie closure system. The plastic bags are then tucked below the rim of the bucket. The robot will then return to the incoming pallet, find a lid, pick it up as shown, and take it to the bucket. The robot will place the lid on the bucket and the turntable will revolve the bucket until the torque sensors on the turntable and robot confirm that the lid is correctly tightened. In this case, we're using an operator to simulate turning the bucket by the turntable. With the lid on the bucket, the robot then moves the bucket to the outbound pallet for shipping. Note that the robot has palletizing routines which allow it to stack multiple buckets and multiple layers, just like it can use multiple empty buckets in the beginning using its seek function. Besides speeding up the process using vision, if we position all of the stations closer together so that the robot can reach several operations without moving the base, we can get the time per bucket load down to our target of 3 minutes per bucket, with the robot managing 4 scale stations. Thank you for joining us, and we would love to hear about your possible applications.